What is happening, my friends? Welcome back. This is going to be a quick recap video for the Drew Dober versus Bobby Green fight. I thought it was a competitive fight. It was back and forth. I think Bobby Green could have defeated Drew Dober, but he made some mistakes in a fight. Let's go over it now. All right, so Bobby Green, dangerous striker, very, very formidable, and what he's been doing on the feet has got him this far. So sometimes with a fighter and with people, if it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality. Well, guess what? It broke. It's time to fix it, Bobby. And what I'm talking about is Bobby Green having his hands so damn low. Now, the reason some mixed martial artists have their hands so low like that, and they do receive criticism from traditional strikers like kickboxers and boxers, but the reason again is that their hands are low to stuff takedowns. You can immediately get an underhook or underhooks and hoist people back up if they're shooting for your legs or hips. So it's kind of like you're beating them to the punch. Hands already in position, but it's a risk. You see mostly strikers doing this, like guys that have heavy grappling backgrounds, wrestling backgrounds don't really do that because they don't have to. They have like muscle memory, ingrained body mechanics. They know how to stop takedowns instinctively, so rapidly as well. So they don't have to have their hands so low, but guys that are primarily strikers, they want to have every advantage they could get in stopping a takedown and keeping a fight in their world. Now, I know Bobby Green can wrestle. If I'm not mistaken, he does have a wrestling background to some extent. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think he does. But to me, from the outside looking in, yes, I do think part of it is stopping takedowns. And the other aspect of it is that's how he's comfortable. And sometimes, whether right or wrong, we do things that make us comfortable, like a habit. He likes to pop off jabs from the hip. They're effective. You see other guys doing it. Wonderboy does it. From a traditional aspect, yeah, the jab might be wrong. The stance might be wrong, but sometimes fighting is art and everyone is different. Everyone does things differently. As long as you're effective, that's what counts. But there's risk, man. You have your hands up high for a reason, chin tucked down, because it's better defense and it helps you take a shot better. Bobby Green's hands down, chin all out there, face forward. Sometimes strikers like to bait guys. They'll put their face out there and chin out there as a target, then try to counter when they go for it. There was some aspect of that. I feel like Bobby Green's length, his jab and his style were giving Drew Dober issues. Bobby Green does have good head movement, so that saves him as well. But Drew Dober's a tank, man. And it was quite evident what he was trying to do in the fight. He was trying to shrink the cage on Bobby Green, close the distance, get his back against the cage, cut his movement, and unload on him a big shot. That's exactly what he did. It took over a round, but he did land that big shot and he put Bobby Green away. And I saw it coming, man. I saw it coming. Now, the crazy thing is that Bobby Green can certainly beat Drew Dober with minor tweaks, specifically his defense, not letting his back get against the cage. That wasn't good for Bobby Green, cutting off his movement and ability to move backwards. But I think that was also part of that baiting aspect. I think Bobby was so confident in his chin, in his ability to counter Drew Dober, to land something that he can't take. He gambled and lost. He got caught with a big punch. Drew Dober, in comparison, has cleaner striking, more traditional. I believe Drew Dober has a long Muay Thai background or long training background in Muay Thai. And it shows very traditional, clean striking offensively and defensively. Which sometimes the guy that's unorthodox and super fluid, unpredictable, those guys sometimes beat the very linear strikers. And sometimes the linear strikers beat those quirky guys because their fundamentals are there. The basics are really solid, offensively and defensively. So, I mean, it's a gamble either way. What Bobby Green has been doing has worked for him up until this point, striking wise, for the most part. I think he will go back to the drawing board, tweak some things. It's not over for Bobby Green. Still a dangerous dude, still talented. I was actually happy for Drew Dober to get the win. Drew Dober seems like a humble, super cool, nice guy. How could you not respect that? Great competitive fight, fun one. Props to Drew Dober. Guys, let me know what you thought about the fight. Oh, let me just add one more thing. I think it would have been good for Bobby Green to also switch things on Drew Dober and go for takedowns himself. Maybe try to smother Drew against the cage, sap his energy a little bit, make him work, make him grapple. It certainly wouldn't have hurt Bobby Green to mix it up. Even if he had no super intention of getting a takedown, but just having a threat there, that bleeds over into striking. And sometimes you have more success because a guy's worried about the takedown threat. Anyway, let me know what you thought about the fight, guys. Where were the mistakes made? Where does Bobby Green need to improve? Appreciate you watching the video. If you enjoyed it, first time at the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And until the next one, my friends, you all take care.